There's a song stuck in your head right now. Not the whole song, just one part. The part that never resolved. You've probably had a half-read text message sitting in your notifications for 2 days, and every time you see the little red dot, something in your chest tightens just slightly. That's not an accident. That's your brain doing something very specific on purpose. And once you understand what it's actually doing, you'll start noticing it everywhere, including probably right now in this video. In the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik was sitting in a cafe in Vienna, watching a waiter work the floor. He had a dozen orders running at once, no notepad, no system. And he remembered every single one, down to the last detail, who ordered what, which table, which modifications. Then the bill was paid. A few minutes later, Zeigarnik asked him, out of curiosity, to repeat the order back to her. He couldn't do it. It wasn't fuzzy. It wasn't half-remembered. It was just gone, like it had never happened at all. That should not make sense. If anything, you'd expect a completed task to be easier to recall than one still in progress. You finished it, you understood it fully, there's nothing left hanging. So Zeigarnik took the question out of the cafe and into a real experiment. She brought in about 160 people and gave each of them a series of small tasks, simple puzzles, basic arithmetic, stringing beads, building little objects out of clay. Around 20 tasks per person. Here's the part that mattered. For roughly half of the tasks, she let people finish naturally. For the other half, right before completion, she'd interrupt them and move them straight to the next task, as if nothing had happened. No explanation, no acknowledgement. Afterward, she asked everyone the same question. Which tasks do you actually remember? And the results weren't close. People recalled the interrupted, unfinished tasks roughly twice as often as the ones they'd completed. Not because the interrupted tasks were harder, or more interesting, or more emotional. The only variable that changed was whether the task had been closed. And that was enough to double what stuck in memory. Today, psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect, and here's the mechanism behind it. An unfinished task creates a kind of tension in your mind. Not emotional tension, just an open loop, a small unresolved thread. And your brain treats that thread as active, still running, still worth guarding. A completed task gets filed away and released. An unfinished one stays open in the background, quietly pulling a sliver of your attention, whether you're consciously thinking about it or not. This explains more of your daily life than you'd expect. It's why a cliffhanger works on you even when you know, logically, that the show is manufactured to make you feel that way. It's why an unread message pulls at you harder than a message you've already answered. It's the reason you can walk into a room, completely forget why you came in, and then the moment you walk back to where you started, it comes rushing back instantly. Nothing was actually lost. Your brain simply never closed that loop. It also explains something almost everyone quietly struggles with today. The low hum of anxiety from an inbox with 43 unread messages or a phone with 6 apps showing a red notification badge. None of those 43 emails require your full attention right now. Most of them don't require anything at all. But your mind doesn't sort them by importance, it sorts them by closed versus open. Every unread badge is a tiny unfinished task, and your brain keeps a running tally of all of them, all at once, all day. But here's the part almost nobody talks about, and it's the part that's actually useful. Decades after Zeigarnik's original study, researchers named Baumeister and Masicampo ran a version of this experiment with a twist. Instead of letting people finish the task, they gave one group a few minutes to simply write down a specific plan for finishing it later. Nothing was actually completed. No task was closed, and it worked almost as well as finishing did. The intrusive thoughts dropped. The mental tension eased off. Not because the work got done, because the brain finally had somewhere to put it down. That's the actual mechanism, and it's a little humbling once you see it clearly. Your mind doesn't need the task finished. It needs to know there's a plan. That's the entire reason a messy, unsorted to-do list feels so much heavier than an organized one, even when the exact same number of things are still sitting there unfinished. The tasks didn't get lighter, the plan did. So if there's something half-finished sitting in the back of your mind right now, a project, a conversation you never wrapped up, an email you've been meaning to send, You don't actually need to finish it tonight to get some peace from it. You need to write down, specifically, what finishing it looks like. Your brain will do the rest. And if you're still watching this video, right now, at this exact second, that's not an accident either. Every unanswered question in the last few minutes was left open on purpose. That's not a trick. That's the same effect Zeigarnik found in a Vienna cafe 100 years ago, just pointed at you, one open loop at a time. So the next time you feel that little pull, you'll know exactly what it is and exactly what to do about it.